Hello everyone, Gis from Metalchaos Studio here. In this video I will show you how I paint plaster on Tabletop World's model. Plus I will give you ideas to embellish the walls of your miniature buildings. Alright, I'm currently working on the couching in from Tabletop World. So I will paint a section of the interior wall and a section of the exterior wall. As you will see, this technique is very simple. This approach can also be used to paint other flat surfaces. In this example, I will use Ripper Master Series paint, the Army Painter Quickshade, as well as Citadel shades. The model was primed in black, and I also did a zenithal priming with gray spray paint. I hold the model upside down, and the first thing I do is paint the wall with a base coat. Here I chose pale Lichen for the interior wall. I use the side of the brush not to paint in the cracks. Using the side of the brush also helps to follow the edge of the floor or other walls. For the exterior wall, I'm using a sample color, very close to tan leather with a taint of orange. When the paint is dry, I mix equal part of the Army Painter Quickshade Dark Tone, Light Tone, and Quickshade Wash Mixing Medium. If you don't have Quickshade, you can always use Citadel Agrax Earthshade or dilute Ripper MSP Brown Liner with water to create a wash. I apply the shade mainly on the cracks and where the wall is damaged. I also had some at the base of the wall and at the corner of the wall. I do the same thing on the exterior wall. Then when the Quickshade is completely dry, I do a dry brushing of the same color as the base color. Here I'm not trying to cover the Quickshade completely. I leave some so the wall will look like it's stained. Then I mix creamy ivory to the base color and do another dry brushing at the center of the wall. I also use the tapping technique to create textures. Repeat the same process on the exterior wall. Dry brushing with the base color. Then I mix in some creamy ivory and I highlight the center of the surface. Next, I add Agrax shade at the corner of the walls. I make some water infiltration. And watermarks on the exterior wall. For the final touch, I texture some spot on the wall with olive drab to create mold. Okay, now that we're done, how can we make it look even better? Here's a few ideas. To add life to the place, several things can be hung on the wall to decorate them. Hunting trophies, oil lamps, torches, and others. Another idea would be to add wallpaper to a few walls. I searched the internet and found a wallpaper with the same shade of green as the interior wall of the inn. I copied the image to have a repeating pattern and printed it in color on the paper. I cut the image at the dimension of the wall I wish to cover. I apply white glue on the wall. And stick the wallpaper to the wall. I slightly tone up the wallpaper where there is texture on the wall to bring out the age of the building. Before the glue hardens, I also clear the wallpaper at a few places with the point of a craft knife. You can also print a beautiful medieval tapestry and stick it on the wall. I made a wall mount with a metal wire. I glued the tapestry to the metal wire and then to the wall, just high enough so the dining table will fit under. After, I painted the metal wire and the upper part of the tapestry. If you have a 3D printer, you can also print wall frame to showcase a painting. A simple frame can also be made with wooden sticks. These wall frames are the same I used inside the Gothic church I recently painted. I selected two pictures I like to display on the walls of the inn. The wall frames were primed in black, and I will paint them as if they were made of wood. I paint them with muddy brown, then add a tad of Bloodstain red. A leather brown dry brushing. A tanned leather highlight on the edges. And finally, a very light creamy ivory highlight. There's a small ornament on one of the frame that I will paint as a green gem. I sealed the frame with the Army Painter Anti-Shine Matte Varnish. I will use white glue to stick the pictures on the wall. One of the wall frame will be in the room of the second floor of the couching in, and the other one will be on the upper wall of the main ceiling. Then I glue the wall frame with super glue. I especially like this medieval painting of St. George and the Dragon by Paolo Cello. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. In my next video, I'll talk about some of the boring stuff that can happen when painting miniature models. Thanks for watching. Keep on painting and take care.